Hey everyone. So today I promised that I would make a video comparing the first edition and the third edition of the Supernatural Tarot. So I'm going to do that. I'm sure part of it I'll have looking at my face talking about it, but I think I'm going to spend most of the time with the camera actually focused on the cards on the table. So hopefully that won't be too boring. Quick background first. About a year or so ago, I'm not entirely sure, I can't remember, maybe even less than that, I came across the Supernatural Tarot on Etsy, and I was just like, what's this? So it's the fan deck based on the show Supernatural. We can talk all day about its brilliances and its problems, you know, Supernatural. For those who don't know, it's all about two brothers doing a lot of road trip stuff, crossing the country, fighting demons and monsters and gods and blah blah blah. So it's a fun time. It's gone on for 11 years. I love to hate it and I hate to love it. So one of those shows. So the deck, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, this is really awesome. I really liked it. Unfortunately, I didn't buy it in time just because I couldn't get myself to spend the money. It's like 32 bucks. So I didn't buy it. And then the shop closed down just while the artist was making another deck. And then they came out with the second edition. And the second edition's art is different. And I was like, oh, shit, yes, that's amazing. I want it. Well, somebody was very nice. The truth must appear. Shannon was super nice, and she ended up buying it for me. So that's how I got the second edition of the deck. Sold out. They're all staying. Shop closed down. I do know that the artist is currently very slowly working on the third edition. However, they're busy in school, all that stuff, so it's been taking time. And I wish them well in finishing that. I think it'll look amazing, and I'm really excited to see how it's different. Because it really is kind of cool to see the differences in art. They definitely went two different directions between the first edition and the second edition. I like them both. But fair warning, I haven't worked with this first edition yet. I just haven't had time to sit down since I got it, which was Monday. I got it on Monday. But I have worked with the second edition. So I'm not going to I'll talk about that towards the end and how I find the second edition works in terms of reading. But yeah, let's look at the cards and see the different art styles and what they do. So I'm going to pause, I'm going to move some things around, and then we'll come back and look at the cards. Alright, just a moment. Alright, so here I have both editions of the deck. These are the backs. So what I really like is that you can just tell that they're two distinct editions. So this is the first edition, so this is the one I just got, and this is the second edition, and they're pretty great. So the backs match the boxes. So here's the box of the first edition with the whatever the image that they tattooed on themselves so they don't get possessed by demons, anti-possession. This is my very destroyed box from the second edition. Also, I think the cat got to it. It's part of what it is. It was falling apart, so I stuck it in the box that holds my boxes, and, well, you can see the one unfortunate thing about these. I love them. The boxes don't really hold up, so get a bag or some other way to use them and carry them around. Those are the bags. So, first edition, brand new one. I have not used this yet, so they're still in order. So the art is black and white and red, and it's pretty glorious art. I unfortunately can't tell you the names of some of these characters without looking back and figuring out who it is. This is their mom. I'm pretty sure this is their dad, Jeffrey D. Morgan. I do love Castiel as the Hierophant here, but I just really enjoy the art. Oh, I'm pretty sure that's Jess and Sam. Oh, I don't know. But I do love how the art is very black, white, and red, and that has some interesting plaid on it. So this, when I first saw it, what really stood out to me. Oh, there my camera goes. It sees faces and it goes really close up. Yeah, so, whoops. There we go. That is Bobby as a hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. Not entirely sure what that is. If someone could tell me what that is, I would appreciate it very much. The World, maybe? Dean is Justice. Sam is the Hanged Man. Now, the first edition only goes up through, oh gosh, I want to say 6 or 7, season 6 or 7, literally Lucifer. However, so I actually forgot how many characters were that far along in the show, so I think it's pretty amazing. But you can see just how wonderfully sketchy the artwork is, and how well Chuck is the World, how well the artist really did convey the characters. So here's the thing. All of the minor cards are pip cards. So we have Ace of Coins, 2 of Coins, 3 of Coins, 4, 5. So in terms of reading, probably if you want to learn how to read Marseille style, I would say Rocky. Learn to read Marseille style. That's one thing I have been working on. Oops. The courts are not pip, but no courts are. So I wish I could tell you who this is right now. I can't. But they are characters. Benny is actually what got me into the deck. I really, for some reason, love this Knight of Coins. So we did a nice job with these. But again, so coins are the that pentacle that traps the demons, the devil's trap, or whatever it's called. Wands are all guns. We can go through those. I think that's Kevin. Couldn't tell you. Probably not. And then, so you see how each character, the different characters are the different court cards. Swords are the angels' swords, or whatever those stabby things are called. And I do believe, yes, well, not all the court cards. Some of the swords are angels. Here's Kevin's mom. And then cups are beer cans. So, beer bottles. So, I can tell you that the 3rd edition actually stuck with that same theme. I want to say, oh, I can't tell you. Anyway, most of that might be Jess. So, anyway, so the 2nd edition stuck with the same minor cards theme. Unfortunately, my deck is shuffled up, and so I won't be able to go through an order the way I did. But you can kind of see here, vast difference, very colorful, has watercolor washes in the background, and I really love it. The one difference I wish they had pulled from the 1st edition was that, so we'll compare King of Cups and King of Swords. I like this. I wish that they had done the labels the same way, so that the words would really stand out a lot more, because on some of the cards, like for example the Hanged Man, it's really hard to tell what the title is. But otherwise, I just really love the difference in how the art is so unique across the two. The style of the people is the same, but it's just much more colorful, and I love the watercolor backgrounds. I just think it's fabulous. Also, can we talk about how Sam is a lovers? Possessed by Lucifer, so we have Lucifer's suit in the background and Sam's usual flannel as well. I just think that's freaking fantastic. So, you can see the difference. It's a little bit harder as the court pips. They have the symbols in the background, but they're a little more subtle. Alright. So, the major cards don't have a particular theme. Oh, Kevin as the Wheel of Fortune makes me want to cry now. Sorry, my camera likes to do that. Gabriel as Magician is my favorite thing ever. Maria Mosley. So the pips have characters on them this time, and so I think the pips are a lot better. Here's Benny again as the 4 of Coins. And then, so Coins again is the Devil's Trap. Wands again is the guns and pistols and everything like that. These would be the Ghost Facers. So I really like how the characters are much more incorporated into the pip cards in the 2nd edition. Kevin's mom, Mrs. Tran as the 5 of Cups. So sad. So yeah, you can see how much more they were incorporated. I can't tell if it's Adam or Dean, or maybe John Winchester when he was young. But I do think the colors are beautiful, and you can just really see the difference. Lucifer is the moon. I think it was a brilliant move. Get these coming back. So yeah, here we can see Charlie has the Knight of Wands. This thing really wants to focus on faces, and so I sincerely apologize for that. So we can go through these real quick so you can see the differences. So they're also colors. Oranges and yellows are wands. Let's see. Yes. The Sheriff is Justice. Coins are browns and greens. Chuck, again, is the world. Looks much more interesting. Chuck is God, right? Cups are blue. So still that orangey color. Swords are purple. And then the major cards are whatever color the card itself warranted. I want to say that's Cane. 7 of coins. There we go. So yeah, you can see the very distinct differences. So yeah, they look pretty neat. Also, let's talk about Metatron as the devil this time around. So in the first edition, Lucifer himself was the devil, and that worked out well. Lucifer is now the moon in the second edition, and I think that's even better considering how he changed and the differences that happened during those times. You know, making Sam crazy, being that other voice in his head, all that stuff. Metatron as the devil, to me, is a much better fit in terms of how the show has moved on. I think that's beautifully tricky, and I hate Metatron to this day. Alright, death is death. I think that hasn't changed. One of the big differences here is that Demon Dean, if we go all the way to the end, I know I'm flipping through the card right now. Werewolf, the Fool. This was just beautiful. Beautiful choice for the Fool. Alright, so if I can get this to move back. Alright, so the big difference that I really appreciate with the second edition is that the artist went through and made cards for every single suit stating which character. So Garth is the Fool, you can see. Magician's Gabriel, Missouri Mosley is the High Priestess. Went through and named which character is associated with card. With each suit. So this is how you really know for sure that some folks are repeated. And I'm cool with that. What is interesting is that, so the major arcana, it's just kind of across the board who gets what, all types of characters. The wands are all played by hunters and other human characters. So it's kind of fun considering like you learn so much more about the different human characters that go on. Like for example, Mary Winchester used to just be the mom, but then it turns out she's a hunter and she's fiery and she's boost and all that stuff. So she's the Queen of Wands here. So all hunters, all human characters. The swords are all angels. So Lucifer is actually both the moon and Ace of Swords. But I just really love how they did that. Castiel has a couple different cards. The cups are all, I want to say, are pretty much definitively non-hunter humans. Here we have Misha, Meta Misha, so the episode where they went into our universe, but all very much not hunters. Some are love interest, some aren't, kind of depends. Coins are all demons and monsters. So we have Crowley, we have Eve, we have a werewolf, Benny is a vampire, Dean is Demon Dean specifically, Meg, Cain, Ruby, the Alpha Vampire, the Whore of Babylon, Abaddon, Lilith, Dick Roman, the Leviathan. So it's really nice that there's a little more consistent tracking of the different types of characters. So I really do appreciate that about the second edition. Pretty unique, pretty different. I really like the more thematic care that was taken, but I also really, really love the artwork of the first edition, and I'm excited to see how it works. I think it'll be a good deck to practice Marseille style. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to go flip the camera and do some more talking. Alright. Alright, so as you can see, we went through all the different cards for the decks. Big differences between the two to quick sum it up. The first edition is all black, white, and red. It's amazing art. I love it. It's all pips for the minors. Fantastic black and white background. Really great. No character delineation, so there's no card to say which character is a which card. However, I do know that the artist has stated that they do plan on uploading the list. I remember they reblogged a friend of mine and said that. So hopefully that'll come out and we can compare and contrast. I'm excited for that. Second edition, watercolor style. Really brilliant, fantastic. All the colors are themed to the suit. They're still Pip-ish in style for the suits. However, they are more associated with characters, which I think is a good, unique take between the two. And that really, I think, changes the impact of the card. So you can kind of now be like, oh, this character lines up with this card, and that makes a big difference. I love the colors. They fit really well to me. Just overall, it's a really great deck. I read with this. It does, again, feel kind of pippy, so it's just like fairly standard meanings across the board. But I find, associate when I know the character, parts of their story or parts of how they are as characters into the reading. So that's actually why I don't do written readings with these anymore. So I did a few, and I just really want to bring up all the stuff from the show or an episode or the way a character is and just be like, hey, this is how this impacts the reading in some way. And it really only works if you're a dedicated Supernatural fan and you know a ton of crap. Don't think, unless it's the majors, I'll find myself doing that as much, or a court card, with the first edition, because it is so pippy. However, what I am excited about is the fact that I have wanted to do more in terms of Marseille style reading and learning. And so I think this would be a unique way to do that, rather than just relying on my really, quite honestly, terrible Marseille deck that's just a crappy reproduction that I bought for really super cheap. So yeah, the sheriff is temperance in this deck, and we have the sheriff as justice in the other deck. So what's really fun is watching how, due to changes that have happened in the show or new characters that have come in, the differences in where characters and the cards associations. So what characters are associated with what cards. I think that's really fun. Oh, this is Meta Misha. I like it. So that was a really neat, I think, another really neat variation. Because, for example, Garth has always been kind of foolish, but, you know, knowing that in season 9 or 10, he goes off and becomes a werewolf, falls in love with the werewolf, all this stuff. I mean, what the hell, man? Like, if that's not the act of a fool, just jumping in both feet first and mouth, I guess, literally, you know, I don't know what is. And so I just really like the associations in the second edition. Just amazing. Now, I tell you, I'm not entirely sure. I think it might be Bobby's house is the tower. So the tower in the first edition is Harvell's Roadhouse. But both of them, I think, deserve to be the tower on their own right. So, they're really great. I enjoy the two. I'm excited to read with the first one. We'll see how I read differently with them. But yeah, I hope you like the comparison, seeing how one looks versus the other, and hopefully once the artist, who is Reg, the on Tumblr and on Etsy, so REG, COMMA, the. I will link them below and on my Tumblr. Just see what the art looks like in the next one, and then how they incorporate new characters that have come on since season 9. So I'm really excited to see how they go and how it looks different. I think they've shown a huge range in artistic ability just between the two decks, and just different creative vision on both. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I hope you enjoy it, and if you want the deck, I'm pretty sure they're sold out now again. I got the first edition because they had a limited run while folks were waiting for the third. But when the third comes out, if you've been on my Tumblr, you know I announced the first one and announced the second one, so you know I would definitely let folks know when the third one comes out. I do pay attention very, very closely to the shop. Reg Kamada, thank you so much for making the deck and both editions, and I look forward to seeing your next one. Thanks, everyone.